Welcome back, it's Medic bringing you more Black Ops 2 action. Since I finally have time to complete my Black Ops 2 walkthrough, I initially wanted to start when the game was first released. This time around we're going to run through Transit Zombies to collect 5 achievements in this video. These achievements are going to be earned on Green Run in Transit mode on Original difficulty. And the first one we're going to tackle is the one called I Don't Think They Exist. This achievement brings in the new Green Goblin zombie that lives out in the fog and the forest, where you have to melee kill him after he latches onto you. After a quick change of settings here, we're going to get to it by starting to build the turbine power generator. There are 3 parts to the turbine that we need to pick up. There's one over here in the chair, that little fan right there. And then we're going to take it to the workbench and place the part on there. The other 2 parts are the mannequin body and the tail fin. The mannequin is right there at the center at that map, and the tail fin is over here under the payphones. You can only carry one part at a time, so each time you pick one up, you have to run over to the workbench and place it down. You may be asking why I'm building the turbine instead of just opening the doors to do this achievement, but we're going to combine this one and the fuel efficient achievement into this one little place. Once we build the turbine, we're going to pick it up by holding X, and we're going to throw it down here at the doors to our right and open up these doors at spinning points. This is basically what the turbine does. It will power anything that needs power if it already doesn't have it from the power station. For the I Don't Think They Exist, we're going to run out here into the fog and wait for one of the little green goblin guys to come and latch onto us, and we're going to melee kill him. It takes a good 4 or 5 swings to kill him, but you need to kind of stay in the foggy area for him to stay latched onto you, because if you go into the light, he's going to run and disappear back into his hole. And after the 4th or 5th swing here, we're going to earn the 10 gamer score for I Don't Think They Exist. Next up, we're going to tackle the fuel efficient achievement that kind of works on the same premise as the one we just did. For fuel efficient, you're going to need to throw down the turbine generator at the lamppost that was at the back end of the bus. As you can see, it's powering over there and giving off some electricity. And then you need to get one of these goblins attached to you again, run over to the light post, and he's going to dig a portal into the ground there. When you're ready to jump into the portal, it's going to take you to a random spot on the map, and you'll earn the fuel efficient achievement for 10 gamer score. The third achievement for this video is called Happy Hour, where you have to buy 2 perks before turning on the main power switch. As before, we're going to build the turbine, and it's going to be the power source to power the perk machines, that way we can purchase them. In this room, there is quick revive if you're playing on solo. It won't require power to turn it on because it's already activated, and it's a 500 points to get it. If you want to do this as quick as possible, it's best that you farm as many points as you can by the zombies by shooting them a couple of times and then knifing them to kill them. As you'll see in a minute or two, I choose to buy the M14 since it only costs 500 points, and it's a good way to kill some of the early round zombies. We're going to go ahead and get on the bus and skip kind of through the majority of the bus ride and make our way to the diner. Here you're going to need 750 points to open up the diner doors, and inside the diner there's going to be the speed cola perk, and it costs another 3,000. While we're here at the diner, we're going to complete a couple of waves of zombies, that way we can get up to our 3,000 points that we need.
Stewie, you got some bullets for the old man? Put you in the dirt. dirt eater. Ain't no one allowed to touch Rushman. Damn you! I want some drink, you stupid thief. I don't care if I ain't got no money. Come here, you.
Now, once we reach our 3,000 point goal, we're going to run into the diner and we're going to throw down the turbine next to the perk machine. Once you give it a second or two to power up the speed color, we're going to purchase the perk, and Happy Hour achievement should pop up for you for an easy 10 gamer score. For the final two achievements we're going to cover, we're going to do Undead Man's Party Bus and Don't Fire Until You See. Undead Man's Party Bus requires you to obtain 3 bus parts that you have to attach to it. And Don't Fire Until You See requires you to open all the level's doors without being set on fire by the lava and fire that's all over the map. The opening scene should be pretty familiar now that you're going to need to build a power turbine. And while you're doing that, you're going to farm as many points as possible because it's going to be quite expensive to open up all the doors throughout the level. You'll see shortly that I choose to buy a quick revive as just a little insurance policy that if I get down I'll be able to continue, and that I'll buy the M14 as a good way to kill some of the zombies since it's early in the game. The first set of doors we're going to open is this one's right there to the right. It requires a turbine to power them to open them though. When you throw down the turbine, put it on the left side of the door, that way it opens up the other side of the doors that actually leads to the outside. Once you open these doors, you might find one of the bus parts in the right side of the room. If not, all 3 of the bus parts will be at the other 3 locations on the map. Make sure to bring your turbine with you, and as you see here, we had the ladder for one of the bus parts. The ladder is going to go on the back left of the bus, and it's an easy way to get onto the top of the bus if you don't want to ride on the inside. Once the ladder's on, we have one last set of doors to open, which is these ones here, and they cost 750 points. From here, you're just going to farm as many points as possible on your way to the diner, as you're going to need 1,500 points to open up the diner doors and the garage doors. If you're interested, over here on this bench is one of the teddy bears to activate the hidden music in this level. We're going to skip over the bus ride that takes us to the diner, and once we make it to the diner we're going to go out the back doors, since at the front door there's a pool of lava waiting for us. And if you jump into that lava, you're going to end up causing you problems to obtain the Don't Fire Until You See achievement. As mentioned before, the diner doors are 750 points, and over here at the garage, this door is also 750 points. I'm pretty sure the box always starts there as well if you're interested in getting anything out of it. The last set of doors over here at the shack requires the turbine to power, and this will be a location for one of the other bus parts as well. This little plow looking thing is going to go on the front of the bus, but we're not going to place it on there right now since the front of the bus is almost pretty much covered in lava. From here, we're going to go back around through the diner into the back door of the bus to get in safely, and we're going to head off to the farm for the next set of doors and possibly the next bus part. At the farm, the first set of doors is the gate that costs 750 points. After that, there's a 2-story house where we have to open the doors that cost another 750 points, and these 2 double sets of doors here in this shed that require the power turbine to activate. I ran away from the doors to go place the bus part that I have in my possession right now because you can only carry one part at a time.
One hit, one kill.
The plow looking thing is going to attach to the front of the bus, and if any zombies are in front of the bus as it's moving, they'll just turn into a pancake or explode if they're on fire. When you approach the shed, place the turbine on the right side of the door. That way it opens up the other set that's on the other side. And as you see here, the third bus part wasn't there. Once we move onto the house, it's a little tricky to get over there with all the fire, so we're going to jump right there, as it seems to be the easiest way to get over instead of trying to jump uphill at the front of the house like I've seen other people try to do. And on the second story, we have another little teddy bear for some music, and the third one is actually at the town, but I'm pretty sure I don't show it in this video later, but it's in the bar. Now that all the doors are open here at the farm, we're going to head off to the power station for the next set of doors.
Get off if you want.
The first door we run into at the power station is going to cost 750 points, so make sure you have enough before you get here, or just farm a couple of rounds of zombies to make sure you do. Once we make it inside, we're going to have to build the power switch with 3 different parts. As you see there, I pick up the electrical panel, and the 2 other parts are the switch and a zombie arm. The parts don't always spawn in the same location every time, so you just have to keep a good eye out for them, and just run back to the table each time you find one. And since we have a zombie following us, I'm just going to lead him away for a bit, that way I can run back and have plenty of time to do this. I'm playing solo mode. Now that the lever's down, we just have to find the zombie arm, which is right there, and we're going to go and open up one of the other doors that are here as well. This door over here requires the power turbine, and if you put the turbine next to this, it will open up the pack-a-punch room that's located in the bank vault at the next location. Once we put on the zombie arm, the power switch is complete, and we're going to turn on the power to open up the next door at this location, and this will be the final one. It's going to open that overhead door right there. That's behind it. Once you turn on the power, it's going to do this little spiffy electric show over here, and it's also going to bring out the avant-garde movement. The electric guy there is going to be used for 2 achievements later on, which is the You Have No Power Over Me and the Tower of Babel, which will be covered in the next video.
What's that thing?
Once that door opens, we're going to head to the bus and make our way to the town. It's not wise to make your way to the bus while it's parked there, since there is lava around it, so listen for the horns, and then once they start sounding and the bus starts moving, you're going to jump down and get on the bus while it's moving, like I did here. As before, we're going to skip through the bus ride and make our way to the town. The first door at the town is going to be to the bank, and it costs 1,000 points to open. The second door to open is the vault door, which is right here. You're going to have to throw a grenade at it. And there's another vault door in there, but since I have zombies around me and I need some points, I'm going to take care of them first. As we're killing time and killing zombies, there are 4 other doors at this location. As mentioned before, one is the bank vault door that's on the inside. Another one is at the bar across the street. And then the other 2 are at the 2-story hotel. Once you start to make your way outside, you need to mind the gaps of where the lava is and the fire. That way you don't get burned when you're this close to completing the don't fire until you see. The door to the hotel costs 750 points, and in this room you'll find Juggernog as well. After killing a few more zombies, we're going to run out the back of this room and fall to the pavement on the other side and go to the next door. This door requires the turbine, and this will be another location for one of the bus parts if you haven't got all 3 of them already. As you see there, it's the top hatch for the bus, but I don't pick it up since I already completed the Undead Men's Party bus in a previous playthrough. After we get away from these 2 zombies, we're going to run over to the bank and open up the second vault door, and then head to the bar to open up that. The door at the bar costs 1,000 points to open, and it will be the final door for this location and for the whole level. Make sure to pay attention where you're walking and where you're jumping, since there is a lot of lava at this location. In the vault, you'll see like 2 golden tags on the right. This is where you can deposit and withdraw points for future plays on transit mode. Okay, once we lead these zombies out of the way a bit, we're gonna go over to the bar to open up the last door. Make sure to pay attention to the gaps in the road, and once we get inside, we'll have 30 gamer score for Don't Fire Until You See. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Black Ops 2 video walkthroughs.